18. My name is Ian.
My name is Mike.
I'm Corey.
I'm Rachel.
All right, by show of hands, who already thinks the drinking age should be lowered? Oh, I guess we don't need to do the presentation yet. Just kidding. Well, for any of the stragglers, we'll add some stuff. All right, so the drinking age has been a bit of a roller coaster ride over the past few centuries. Lawmakers didn't just pick 21, so college seniors could get a taste of bar culture before they graduate. Dating back to English common law, 21 was the age a person could become a knight, vote, and therefore they were able to drink. But in 1971, people were a little nervous. People were a little bothered because of the Vietnam War, being 18, dying for their country, and not being able to have a beer. So it was lowered to 18. Then organizations such as Mothers Against Drunk Driving in 1984 prompted Ronald Reagan to raise the drinking age to 21 again. 18 is the age that you're a legal adult in the United States. When a person's a legal adult in the eyes of the law, it's understood that they have enough cognitive reasoning to vote for their leader, buy tobacco products, purchase property, and even enlist in the army. So 18, you're able to make all these life-altering choices, but you can't drink. It doesn't, and it's something that we all felt pretty strongly about that should be addressed. The United States is a pretty complex infrastructure where different ages constitute different laws. So most people, when they turn 18, they move away from home, they start socializing with their peer group more often, and not just 18-year-olds don't only hang out with 18-year-olds, you know? Who has a friend that's over 21? If they aren't. Exactly. So when you're hanging out with people that are over 21, there's different rules that you need to abide to. So, I mean, you can kind of fill in the blanks with the legal implications with that. Next slide. A place where college is a place that's portrayed in the media that there's excessive drinking regardless of age. When a person usually heads to college, they're 18 or 19. And it's assumed that they're going to drink. People under 21 are constantly, questioning, why can't we do this? Why are we legal adults and still not able to drink yet? People don't respect the law. When they break it, they don't care. In the confines of a party, you're not really thinking, there's way worse people could be doing. People don't respect it. So for a law to be respected, then it's obeyed. Society has to coincide with laws for it to have relevance.
So some of the things Ian touched upon, I'm going to go into more detail about some responsibilities you'll have. The National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984, that was just a quick thing which kind of made states change their drinking age to 21 almost forcibly. Responsibilities and privileges you have. At 18, you're considered to be in charge of your life. You're a man now, you're a woman, you're fully grown, but you still can't drink. That's one of the responsibilities that are just taken from you. You don't have a choice about it. You can be tried as an adult, you can vote, you can be sued, you can get married, you can serve your country. That's one of the biggest things, is being the ability to serve your country. If you look at this political cartoon we have right here, that talks about he has an assault rifle, he has a pistol, he has a grenade launcher, but no beer until you're 21. And that's one thing that a lot of people it just doesn't make sense on why you're able to die, you're able to fight for your country. You can, by the time you're 21, you might be able to run an army, be a commander and stuff, but you're still not allowed to have a beer. Before you go away, if your father likes to drink, you can't sit down and have a beer with your father legally. It's just something that doesn't really make sense to a lot of people. Safety. The age limit encourages binge drinking. Now some of you wonder, why is that? Because 5 drinks for a male, 4 for a female is considered binge drinking. A lot of people might do that just on a regular drinking basis. By lowering the age, it makes it easier to regulate. So you can regulate this by having safer places to drink. You can drink with your family, a public place like a restaurant or a bar. It's just easier to control your drinking. Whereas a house party, you might get 5 drinks in an hour. There's no bartender to say, hey, you've had too much. There's no one to really take care of you. Because you're on your own and you're doing your own thing. And that's not safe. It's just not working anymore. It's very ineffective. We have a stat here. The National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse claims underage drinking accounts for 17.5%, or $22.5 billion of consumer spending on alcohol. Kids are still finding ways to buy. As Ian mentioned, you guys all have friends over 21. you're still able to buy it. In 2006, 72.2% of 12th graders reported drinking alcohol at some point in their lives. Now, if you go back to when you're in high school, some of you maybe more than others, in 12th grade, you're 18 or you're turning 18. Kids are already starting to drink young, they're starting to have access to alcohol. So by changing the age to 18, you're able to do like the experienced drinker hypothesis, where you're learning how to drink, you're learning how to do it acceptably, and you're just adjusting to your drinking habits and learning what you can control. We just have a quick video here right here. We'll stop it in the middle and I'll explain some more to you. You just have to click on it during the presentation. So while she's setting it up, in the video, yeah, I don't know. But in the video, I'll just talk right about it right now. In the video, you're going to see a cut from that 70s show showing how they're just sitting there, they're relaxing, they're just drinking. It's not that crazy. It's safe, it's moderated. It's in not Fez's basement, one of the guy's basement, and they're just, Eric's basement, yeah. They're sitting in Eric's basement and they're just having a good time and it's controlled. And then you'll see another part of it, which we'll explain after.
Volume's behind you, Ian. The volume's behind you.
There's nothing like drinking beer straight from the tap. This must be why babies love breastfeeding.
Reminds me of an ancient Chinese proverb. It goes, something, something, something. Crazy girlfriend. Something, something. Drink lots of beer.
I don't think we're going to find the answer to our problems in a keg of beer. Unless they're at the bottom, so drink up.
Alright, so as you saw right there, what they're doing isn't smart. Like, and it's not always like the smartest thing, but they're just sitting in a basement, they're safe, and they're drinking. They might be a little bit drunk, but they're not hurting anyone, they're not driving, and it's controlled in a way because it's just a bunch of guys hanging out. And they're just drinking beer. It's nothing hard. They're just sitting there killing the keg.
Last night was awfully crazy, I wish we taped it. I danced my face off and had this one girl completely naked. Drink my drink and somehow, but my good friends is all I need. Pass out at 3, wake up at 10, go out to eat, then do it again.
In comparison to what happens now when you drink, that's a lot more extreme. I know I just got the song stuck in you guys' head for the rest of the day. But that's just the difference is it's a lot more chaotic now. It's a lot more intense, all about binge drinking. And it's become, instead of just a social hangout, it's become, let's just get as drunk as we possibly can, which is very dangerous. And I'll pass it off to Rachel.
So we believe lowering the drinking age would help decrease alcohol-related accidents and DUIs. In 1933, the U.S. government allowed each state to decide which law they wanted to have for the drinking age. Most chose 21, but some did choose 18. When the Vietnam War broke out, they were allowed to decrease the age again. So 30 states decided to lower the drinking age to 18. Since people were going off to fight in a war, they felt that they had the responsibility to be able to decide if they were going to drink or not. However, in 1984, they passed the Minimum National Drinking Age Act and forced all of the states to raise their drinking age back up to 21. So they actually enforced this by having all states, if they didn't enforce this law, they would take away 10% of their freeway funds, which was a significant amount. So within 3 years, all the states raised their age back up to 21. In the 1970s, the drinking age was 18 and it was a social lifestyle, but now it's back up to 21 and it's become like a party lifestyle. In other countries, there are only 7 in the world that have a drinking age of 21. Switzerland, Jamaica, and Norway actually don't have any drinking age at all. So in Switzerland, there was a study done in 1992, and the alcohol-related accidents had decreased by 50%. But in the U.S., the drinking age is still 21, and between the ages 21 and 25, the alcohol-related drinking accidents increased by 23% between that age. Studies show that Europe is considers drinking a social part of your life, you're introduced to wine at a young age as a child. You drink it at dinner with your parents in a responsible setting. You learn what alcohol does to you, how it affects you, and you learn a tolerance. But in the United States, drinking is like a party lifestyle. You're usually introduced to it in college, and people take it to like the extreme. Like Corey said, the binge drinking. Most people here probably drink more than 4 to 5 drinks when they go out. This is where consequences, usually like drinking and driving, happen, and other things like that. So raising the age, or lowering the age, lowering the age would help encourage responsible drinking and just like a chiller environment, and so you don't lash out and tolerate.
The future of the drinking age being at 18, people under the age of 21 now won't find illegal ways to obtain alcohol. And some of those ways is fake IDs, people over the age of 21 buying alcohol for minors, even if you know a connect with your friend, families, or even someone even in the liquor store that can get you the alcohol. Also, in some extreme cases, rarely this probably happens, but stealing alcohol from the liquor store will be non-existent anymore. These types of crimes can get you in serious trouble. The law needs to stop, and this is a change that needs to happen. Also, one thing that I want to touch on is the economy. The economy is going to be on the rise if they change the drinking age back to 18. Especially right away when the law changed, because people from the age of 18 and 20 had no way legally to obtain the alcohol. So now they're going to be going to liquor stores right away. Demand for alcohol is going to go up, and therefore the alcohol industry is going to skyrocket. And what they can use that money, what the government can use that money for that they make in the alcohol industry is they can use that money towards paying off national debt. They can use it towards education because we'll need improvements in that. And even though our military is our strongest suit, we can also use a little money there. And pros and cons, right away, obviously, people are going to make poor decisions. Even if the drinking age is at 21, people are going to make poor decisions. They're going to drink and drive. They're going to drink too much. You know, that's just how people are. But right away, I think, because people are going to be all crazy, they're going to make more bad decisions than they usually do. And also for the drinking age being at 18, one of the main cons of that is you get your license at 16, 16 and a half, depends what state you live in. And also with the drinking age being at, also, just go.
There you go. Don't worry about it.
And 21 or 18, what will you decide?
Questions?
I don't know if it's really a question or not, but I guess why does it matter if you lower the drinking age? Like, cause like you said, like people aren't gonna